Hey guys, we're back here with phase 3 of the boat build, the part I've been looking forward to the most, laying out the framing, the decking, the hatches, where everything's going to go. This part excites me because it's what's really going to customize this boat and set this apart from everybody else, you know. We've got 0.04 decking on the floor and 1/8 inch decking on the decks and anywhere that we're going to be standing.
We have a little bit of demolition to take care of in the front to bring the front deck to where we want it. Everything we want level and below the gunnel, so that you don't kick fishing rods over, tackle boxes over, beverages.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't want
That's
kicking
right.
beverages
Coffee,
over.
beers, what have you. Then we'll get to the front deck where I've got a bunch of hatches from TH Marine that we're going to be using to access storage. Like I said, no space on this boat's going to be wasted. Ready, Dave?
I'm ready.
All right. Got our grinder here. Simple 4-inch grinder. What kind of blades are they, Dave?
Just regular metal cutting.
Carborundum blade. And we're cutting out some stuff that's in the way. Also grinding out some rivets. Just grinding the rivets off, popping them off.
We got our back stuff laid down in there, checking for dimensions, making sure everything fits in here before we just start building everything around it. We have to make everything, get it in there and also make it accessible so that everybody, you know, you can get to everything in case a battery goes bad or a wire comes loose.
And there's that Torqeedo battery. Isn't that thing wild, dude? It's big, but it's not that heavy. Maybe as much as one.
Maybe.
127.
127, that's it.
Yeah, lithium juice. And this is the live well that we had welded up. There's where you put the fish in. We catch little ones here in Jersey. That's it. Once they swim in, they can't get out. One of the more difficult things is to get a good cut on your decking because the boat has that irregular tapered shape. What we do, we start it in the back of the boat. I got 66 5/8 tight, subtract about 1/8 of an inch, right? And then on our sheet of decking, we ran a center line. Ran that line right up the middle. Now we take this number, go back one more time, Dave. And I said 66 5/8, we'll cut it in half. That's 33 1/4. Come to our center line here, right? And then I'll pull off of that center line and mark 33 1/4 in each direction. That gives us our back width. And then we do that all the way up that sheet in 12-inch increments. So I've got marks on the hull at 12, 24 on each side, and then also on the sheet of decking. And then we'll come up 12 inches, take that number, cut that number in half, and then mark it here. And do that and work our way up the whole sheet. And that'll give you the taper of the sheet. Connect the dots and then cut it with that saw. We've got our foot pedal tray up front here. This is something my buddy makes. Custom Marine Mounts on Facebook is his site. Holder for your electronics right here. Little rack that'll mount there. Little tray here to put pliers, screwdrivers, forks, knives, spoons, and
Backup baits.
And a beer holder. It's got a little drain here. Any water that gets in there, run down through that drain and into the hull of the boat. So this thing's really cool. Excited to put that in. We've got all our hatches here, our TH Marine hatches that'll access all the storage in the boat and keep everything waterproof, right, Dave?
Yes.
Little bead of silicone around that.
Yeah.
Screw them in.
Final install, yes.
In the face here, I'm gonna have this glove box mounted. It's a good place to keep wallet, phone, gun, anything else you want to keep. So that's gonna be cool, man. Place to keep the phone dry. And we've got our switch panel here, which this thing's pretty BA. If you're so inclined to smoke, they still make those things. USB ports, a couple of them, another little auxiliary, and plenty of stuff to control lights, live wells, pumps,
electronics, oxygenators.
That'll be the next phase. We'll get into running all our electronics and hooking this thing up. Super key, man. It's got all these fuses in the back, and they're really important, man. You guys know, you fetch up a motor, start melting wires.
Piece of crayfish and a pump for your live well.
Underneath here, we'll have set up right here in the beginning of the back deck our live well. Got this huge live well, plenty of space for opportunities. 4 battery trays, 3 for the trolling motor, 1 house battery. We'll have a little framing going around here. Probably going to insulate this thing.
There's no framing under this. This is just layout.
Yep.
There's no framing under the deck.
That's
the next step.
We're going to frame it up next. which really there's not a lot of framing to go into what we've got here. But we've got about 3.5, 4 hours into what we've done here. Again, we're using 1/8 inch aluminum, and you were cutting it. Dave, grab your saw real quick. It's actually a lot easier to cut than I would have thought. I work with wood mostly.
Cheap skill saw with a carbide blade. Probably want to go 24 plus teeth, nothing less than
I
that.
have a little framing going around here. Probably going to insulate this thing, and yeah, that's about it, man. So
Rigid insulation.
we'll be back here next week and have this thing probably framed up within an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
There's not a lot of framing to be put on there. It's just enough to support a person.
That's right.
Not trying to build a piano.
So that's about it, guys. And once again, thanks for coming along and watching this project come together. Next week, we're going to frame it up, talk about the materials we use, the fastening system we use, where we locate our hatches, our live wells, our tackle storage, seat locations, all the above. And thank you to our sponsors that have come along with Ike Live from the beginning, and especially the guys that have come along with awesome products for this boat build project.